This video discusses what, why, and how of policies and procedures. About the meaning of the word procedure, it is a schedule of activities which needs to be performed one after the other in a fixed period, having a proper beginning and the end. A procedure is a schedule of activities which has to be done one after the other. And these activities have to be completed in a fixed period of time. It has a beginning and an end. About the meaning of the term policy, policies are also known as mini mission statements. They are formulated by the top management for serving as guidelines to take quick and rational decision regarding the day-to-day operational activities of a company. Every company have a set of daily operational activities, and the top level management have to take quick and rational decision about these activities. Hence, the guidelines serve as the criteria based on which the top management can take certain decision, and that guidelines are called policies. They are also known as mini mission statement. About the meaning of the word manual. Manual is a book, and this tells about how to do something or how something work out. Now, what is meant by procedure manual? A procedure manual contains policies, guidelines, and processes for the whole organization or enterprise. It exists or it is developed to help employees to do their job in an approved and consistent manner. Every worker has to follow the same and consistent method to complete a job. So, procedure manual helps to complete all their jobs in a consistent manner. A policy and procedure manual is also a reference tool for managers and supervisors of an institution. What goes into a policy and procedure manual? Some items that can be included in the procedure and policy manual is given below. Employment procedures, organization culture, employee benefits, communication policies, payment procedure, workplace guidelines, employee code of conduct, technology usage, etc. These are some examples of items that can be included in policy and procedure manual. Next, about the purposes behind establishing a policy and procedure manual. First purpose, set the expectation. A policy and procedure manual helps a business owner in gathering the company's mission, values, and prospects all in one place. It simply means that the mission, values, and prospects of an organization is placed in the policy and procedure manual. So, a business owner or a manager of a business enterprise need not explain all these things to the workers. By reading the policy and procedure manual, a worker is able to understand mission, values, and prospects. And these mission, values, and prospects of an organization tells each worker that what the institution is expecting from them. So it helps us setting expectation. Second purpose, enhance employee productivity. A well-developed policies and procedures manual serves as an authoritative source for answers to common questions related to business or a company. A well-developed policies and procedure manual act as an authoritative source because it explains or it contains all the answers to common questions that can occur among the workers of a business or company. Thus, properly documented manual speeds up the process of decision making for employees, and it does not create any confusion because it is an authoritative source for explanation and help them follow regulation concerning business guidelines. Thus, it offers higher productivity. Third purpose, improving communication. A business enterprise has a number of operations in a day. All these operations requires smooth communication so that it can be processed efficiently. Thus, a detailed policies and procedure manual act as a valuable tool for effectively processing all this communication and all other business operation by reducing transmission gap. Fourth purpose, reduce employee training time. Another purpose of a policy and procedure manual is to provide a training guide for new employee and retrain current ones. These documents reduce the time and effort put into training these employees, making onboarding process easier. The fifth purpose, ensure compliance with the law. Every society or every organization have to ensure the safety and health of the workers. And this clear work and health policy of an institution must be mentioned in the policy and procedure book. Thus, this book acts as a evidence of complying with the law. Now we will see some steps for creating a policy and procedure manual. Step number 1, add title, that is the heading of the document. It has to be short and ensure that users at any reading level can understand. Second step, write the description. Write a brief introduction that orient the users about the scope of the policy or the procedure book. Step 3, explain the purpose of the policy. The purpose means why the policy exists or for what the policy exists. Step 4, add statements regarding the condition. The conditions include the audience where the policy applies, the restriction for applying policy, the expectations from the policy, and the exclusion that has been made in the policy. Step 5, mention the scope of policy and procedure manual. This concerns which role or department the policy pertains to and identifies anyone who is exempt from the policy. Step 6, specify the responsibility. This shows what role, department or group must maintain the policy. Step 7, include procedure details. This step is an explanation of how to complete necessary tasks and policies by providing the reader with the procedural steps and how-to information. The procedure details give how-to information to a reader. Step 8, mention any references that are used to make the policy. And step 9, include a help page that acts as a source of information in case the reader needs additional information about policy and procedure manual. Thus, the establishment of policy and procedure manual goes through 9 stages. Some tips to be kept in mind before writing policies and procedure manual. First point, create a list of priorities. Second, determine which task or procedure needs detailed procedures. Third, organize the information into a logical order or present the information in a logical sequence. Fourth point, policies and procedures are not static. It means it has to be revised and reviewed periodically. This table will tell you 6 key differences between policies and procedures. First difference, policies are those terms and conditions which direct the company in making a decision. Policies help the company to make a decision. Procedures are sequential steps. Already we have seen they are a schedule of activities. So these are sequential steps which direct the people for any activity. Policies are not hard and fast rule. Conversely, procedures are strict in nature which has to be followed one by one because it is a sequential steps. Third difference, policies reflect the ultimate mission of the organization. Procedures are made to show the practical application of the policies or practical application of mission of the organization. Fourth difference, policies are made to support the strategies or policies formulate program. Procedures implement the program. Fifth difference, policies are decision oriented. Already we have told procedures are sequential steps, so they are action oriented. And the last difference, policies need to be thoroughly accepted by people who are influenced by them. Procedures, there should be a methodical process in the procedure. Here we will see some examples of policies and procedures. Policy examples include recruitment policy, credit policy, privacy policy, and payment policy. As an example of procedure, we will see ordering of material by the manager of an organization. He or she has to follow 9 sequence of steps, one by one. The step 1, stores department will send a purchase requisition to the purchase department. In step 2, purchase department will analyze and compare with the bill of material. Step 3, sourcing and advertising of material. Step 4, receiving quotation from various suppliers. Step 5, evaluation of quotation from the suppliers. Step 6, placement of the order. Step 7, receiving the material. Step 8, checking of the material. Step 9, preparation of material received note. And step 10, making payment to the suppliers. So this is the procedure for obtaining material from a supplier. These are the sequence of steps that has to be followed to get the material. Hence, a procedure consists of a schedule of activities that has to be followed in a sequential manner from beginning to the end within a particular period of time. Policies are just mini mission statements or guidelines to take some quick decision. Here you can see how or the flow of policy to procedures. Policies are general management statement. From the policy, there are standards. They are mandatory controls. From the standard, there are certain guidelines or recommendation or best practices. Then, from the guidelines, a management can develop procedures. They are step-by-step instruction of performing a particular activity. Here is the end. Thanks for watching.